It actually was an incredible pleasure to look at such amazing work this year, and the work keeps getting better and better. I think all of the jurors agree that this is probably the best group of buildings we've seen ever.
Tonight might just be the only night where we can leave our company identities at the door and come together as colleagues to celebrate each other's achievements. The first award is the Lynn S. Beedle Award, the highest honor that this council can bestow. So please join me in welcoming and congratulating Mr. Douglas Durst from the Durst organization.
I'm really accepting this on behalf of the Durst family because without all the effort that they put into what we've done, I wouldn't be here. So I do appreciate this, and thanks again.
The second award is the Fazlur Archon Medal, which recognizes excellence in technical design and or research. This year's recipient, Peter Irwin from RWDI.
It kind of recognizes the relationships that I have with all of you here, that I've worked on various projects with, particularly my RWDI colleagues. I feel like the conductor of an orchestra that's not going to work unless you've got some extremely talented musicians.
The fellows are recognized for their contribution to the council over an extended period of time, and in recognition of their work and the sharing of their knowledge in the design and construction of tall buildings and the urban habitat. This year, the trustees have selected Johannes de Jong, Coney, and Peter Weismantel, Adrian Smith, and Gordon Gale.
Thank you. You know, when you think about life, there are three things which I would put very, very high up. Of course, family, that's one. The company you work for is another one. And the third for me is definitely the council. And I can't say which one is most important. I have sometimes mixed that up. Yeah? And I think we all do that.
And I thank the council very much. This is an honor that was unexpected, and I appreciate the award. Thank you.
For those of you not quite familiar with the way that we're organized, we have a group of 9 trustees. 2 of the trustees have been with us since the beginning of the trusteeship. They have finally, after 6 years of service, they have basically passed the baton onto the next generation of trustees. These 2 individuals have, you recognize them immediately, they are the face of the council. Please join me in thanking William Baker and William Maybush for their many years of service.
These awards recognize inventions and new ways of thinking that can really impact all of our projects, our tall building projects, in really exciting ways. The winner of the Innovation Award this year is BioSkin building, implemented by the NBF Osaka building in Tokyo. Yay.
You know, a few years ago we received criticism about how all the awards were totally front-loaded. That means our building's gonna do this, gonna do that, and the performance award was not for what it's gonna do, what it's done. And the main criteria of the award was performance, data. I just want to recognize ICC for the fact that they are being open and have even been able to submit the data, which when they submitted it was damn impressive. Can we have a round of applause, please, for the team behind ICC?
Thank you very much. This is for this recognition to ICC. This is indeed a big encouragement to the ICC management team, and we will keep it up and do more saving in the coming years. Thank you very much.
This award gives an opportunity to reflect back on buildings that have been completed and operational for at least a decade, and acknowledges those projects which have performed successfully long after the ribbon cutting ceremonies have passed. The winner of the 10-year award is the Post Tower in Bonn.
We never wanted to build the tallest, the widest, the thickest skyscraper. We wanted to build a symbol. We intend to build a beacon that would lead the way in a long-lasting turnaround process. This is real art. Thank you.
And the reason that I was really excited about this project, this is the Urban Habitat Award, was because, and many of you know this because you've heard me present at our conferences, that I believe it is frankly ridiculous that we are going to an ever more dense, ever more vertical world without bringing in the horizontal. I can't be more excited than to welcome the next team up to the stage. For the Interlace Singapore, could we please welcome to the stage the project team?
As we embarked on this process, it was really the dialogue, I think, between us as the designers and the client that allows us to go this way together and to understand each other's needs and requirements in the process and achieve this. So indeed, I think it stands as a testament to what can be achieved if one really works together.
It's a big encouragement to all of us that we're actually doing something right.
Okay, so now we will be awarding the awards for the different regions. To start with the Americas region. And the winner of this category is the Edith Green-Wendell Wyatt Federal Building in Portland.
So by giving this award, what you've done is you've given actually some political clout to an organization which I'm allowed to say sometimes becomes a political football. And so for that, I just can't thank you enough.
So the next winner is in the Asia and Australasia region, which actually over the past few years has been our strongest region, both in number and perhaps quality of projects that have been submitted. I'd like to welcome up to stage the team behind the One Central Park project.
Yeah, this was a high-risk project for a developer. It was a very unusual thing to do, to cover an entire high-rise with plans that hasn't been done before. We weren't quite sure whether it was actually going to work. It turned out well, and it's been a great success commercially. But most importantly, I think what happened here is that there was a political support for this. There was a political will to do this. And without that, it wouldn't have happened.
I'd like to start by acknowledging the finalists for the European Region Award, which were the DC Tower in Vienna and the Neo Bankside in London. And this year's winner is the Rotterdam in Rotterdam.
We have a strong connection, Holland and America, the Holland-America line. And it even feels more that we are closer together to receive this award, which makes me very glad, and I'm very proud. And I hope the connection between America and Holland will become in the future even more stronger.
So we move to the Middle East. And it's the project that was called Infinity. It's now called the Cayan Tower in Dubai. And I'd like to welcome up to stage Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, but they're going to come up and receive the award on behalf of Cayan Tower.
Icon is not a word that I use very loosely, and even though it's an overused term in the industry from the architectural standpoint. But from the beginning of the project, I knew that this one would be recognized as one in Dubai. And it truly is an icon, not only from an architectural standpoint, but the engineering side as well. Architecture could not have existed without the engineering, and engineering could not have existed without the architecture.
Nowness is our approach. We would talk about, we should deal with, we have to have discourse about what is possible today, what we can do today. And I think that's what these buildings we saw today are about. Rethinking metropolis was a second word I used. And I believe that we should talk and think and have debate about the future of cities, the future of the metropolis, the future of the world. And we all, as architects, are part of that debate. So we are responsible. This year's award it's One Central Park in Sydney, Australia.
It's been a challenge for the whole project, but more importantly, I thank every competitor, every tall building, every architect, every engineer who put together projects and I guess challenged us to deliver something that was out of the box. The central thermal plant, the recycled water plant, the help with the irrigation and everything else on the building has driven us to deliver what I like to think is, for Sydney and Australia, is one iconic building.